Agriculture businesses have always been a lucrative activity, and with the right strategy, they can yield high returns. The top 10 most profitable agriculture businesses today range from farming to selling supplies, providing services and raising livestock. Farming is one of the most traditional and popular forms of agriculture business. It involves growing crops, vegetables, fruits, nuts, berries and more on land owned or leased by the farmer. Farmers may also raise animals such as cows, chickens and pigs for sale or consumption. Farming is a great way to make money while enjoying rural living. Another profitable agriculture business is selling farm supplies. With the increasing demand for agricultural products such as feed, fertilizer, tools and machinery from farmers across the country, there are lots of opportunities to make money by selling farm supplies. Raising and breeding livestock is also a great way to make money in the agricultural business. Livestock can be raised for meat, dairy or wool production, or for sale as pets. This form of agriculture business requires careful management and knowledge but can yield high profits if done correctly. Agriculture services are another profitable field in agriculture business today. These services include crop consulting and advice on pest control, irrigation systems and other farming-related topics. Agriculture service providers also offer financial services such as loans for new farms or help with insurance claims for existing farms. Other agriculture businesses that generate high returns include beekeeping, aquaculture, fish farming, mushroom cultivation, and food processing. All of these agriculture businesses require the right knowledge and expertise, but with the right strategy they can be incredibly profitable ventures. Whether you are a farmer, an entrepreneur or just someone looking to make some extra money, there are lots of agriculture business ideas that can generate high returns if done correctly. With the right research and planning, agriculture businesses can be a great way to make money while enjoying rural living. Crop farming. With the right strategy and planning, crop farmers can make significant profits from their operations. The most profitable crops for farming are those that meet consumer demand, require minimal inputs per acre, command premium prices at market, and grow well in your area's climate and soil. To maximize profits, it is important to consider both local markets and global trends when developing an agriculture business plan. Popular choices of high-value crops include specialty vegetables, such as garlic, fruits, such as blueberries, nuts, such as almonds or walnuts, flowers, herbs, spices, grains, such as wheat or oats, and more. Crop farming is a major industry in many countries, with annual turnovers in the billions of dollars. It requires careful planning and management to ensure that production levels are met and profits maximized. Crops can be grown on small family farms or large commercial operations, and different techniques may be utilized depending on the size of operation and type of crop being grown. To maximize yields, farmers must consider soil quality, weather conditions, pests, diseases, and other such factors when deciding which crops to plant. Good crop rotation plans should also be employed to maintain soil fertility over time. Furthermore, proper irrigation practices must be implemented to ensure water availability for plants during dry spells. With the right cultivation practices in place, farmers can look forward to a healthy harvest. Garlic farming. Garlic farming is an incredibly profitable business venture, with annual turnovers in the tens of thousands. For those passionate about cultivation, garlic offers a steady stream of income throughout the year. The profit margin can be as high as 70 to 80%, making it one of the most lucrative agricultural products to grow and sell. With proper planning and experience, even novice farmers can find success in growing garlic for commercial use. Knowing when to plant, irrigate and harvest are essential skills for any garlic farmer looking to maximize their profits. Additionally, marketing strategies such as direct sales or selling at local markets should also be taken into consideration before investing in this type of venture. Overall, garlic farming is an incredibly rewarding pursuit that can yield big returns if done correctly and consistently. Blueberry farming. The figures for blueberries farming are impressive. Annual turnover has seen steady growth over the past decade, with a high of $3.8 billion in 2020, a record for the industry. Profit margins remain healthy too, with an average of 10 to 15%. As such, blueberries farmers can expect to see significant returns on their investments. These encouraging figures point to a bright future for blueberries farming, and the industry is expected to continue its impressive growth in the years ahead. Nonetheless, it's important that farmers remain vigilant when assessing their yields and finances. For optimal success and profitability, they should closely monitor market trends and regularly update their business plans accordingly. By staying aware of changes within the industry, farmers can ensure that their bottom lines are well safeguarded. The harvesting period usually starts in late June and ends in early August, making them one of the most valuable summer fruits. Blueberry farmers must take into account various factors when determining how and where to plant their crops, such as soil type, moisture levels, temperature ranges, wind patterns and more. With careful planning and management, blueberry farmers can be assured that their business will yield a significant return on investment. Nuts farming, such as almonds or walnuts. Almond farming is big business in many countries around the world. Annual turnover for almond farmers has grown consistently over the past few years, with a record-breaking $10 billion being generated in 2020 alone. Profit margins are also high, with an average of 24% across all major producers. In terms of figures, the United States produces the most almonds overall with a total of 1.45 million tons per year, followed by Spain, 900,000 tons, then Iran, 630,000 tons. Other significant contributors include Australia and Morocco, which produce 600,000 and 550,000 tons respectively. These impressive figures show that almond farming is not only incredibly lucrative but also highly productive. As more people discover the benefits of almonds as a healthy food, the figures will continue to go up in the foreseeable future. Worldwide walnut farming figures indicate that the annual turnover of the industry is in excess of $14 billion. This is due to an increasing demand for the nut and higher prices paid by consumers. The profit margin on these sales has increased significantly, with some farms being able to make a significant amount of money when they appropriately manage their resources and ensure that every nut harvested is sold. These figures also highlight how walnut farming can be a lucrative venture if done properly, making it viable for many farmers around the world to start their own business. Additionally, new technologies and innovations have enabled farmers to increase crop yields and reduce costs associated with production, making walnut farming even more profitable in recent years. Despite this growth and potential profits, there are still many challenges that face the industry, from climate change to pests and diseases. As such, farmers must remain alert and adaptable to ensure that their business remains sustainable in the long term. Overall, walnut farming continues to be a lucrative venture for many farmers around the world. By carefully managing resources and staying ahead of new technologies, these figures show that it is possible for them to reap financial rewards from their investments. With these successful outcomes in mind, more farmers are encouraged to consider entering into this rewarding sector. Flower farming. The global flower farming industry is estimated to have an annual turnover of about $500 billion, with profit margins ranging from 10 to 25%. This variability in the figure depends largely on the type of flower grown, as well as whether it is grown for domestic or export markets. Flower farmers must take into consideration the cost of production, labor and transport costs when calculating their net profit. Additionally, factors such as the weather, soil quality and pests all play a role in determining flower farmers' overall profits. As such, it can be difficult to accurately predict what kind of return a farmer can expect from a particular crop. However, research has indicated that the long-term returns from flower farming are often higher than those achieved through other agricultural activities. Livestock farming. The global annual turnover of livestock farming is estimated to be around $2.7 trillion. This figure represents a significant portion of the world's total agricultural output, accounting for over 40% of the global gross agricultural product in 2022. Livestock production also contributes significantly to employment, with an estimated 1.3 billion people employed in this sector worldwide. Of this global estimate, around 70% are raised primarily by smallholder and family farmers, making them a major contributor to food security and rural development in developing countries. By providing employment opportunities, it also helps reduce poverty levels in these regions, as well as providing access to nutrition and other benefits such as income diversification and the availability of products for sale on local markets or for export. Livestock farming is a major source of livelihood for rural households in most developing countries and plays an important role in providing food security and nutrition for many people around the world. The global livestock market will continue to be an important source of income for producers and traders in the years ahead, as well as a major contributor to economic growth around the world. As such, it is essential that governments and stakeholders work together to develop sustainable practices which protect both animal welfare and the environment. Only then can the sector continue to deliver on its potential for improving human well-being and reducing poverty in developing countries. Beekeeping. The global beekeeping industry has seen a steady increase in annual turnover over the past decade. Figures from 2022 show that beekeepers around the world generated an estimated $15 billion in sales, making it one of the largest agricultural sectors on the planet. Beekeepers are almost as important as farmers when it comes to producing food crops, with approximately 80% of all flowering plants relying on pollinators such as bees for successful crop yields. As bee populations continue to dwindle due to factors such as extensive use of pesticides, habitat destruction and climate change, demand for beehives and related products will likely remain high in the years to come. This is reflected in the figures, which show that global beekeeping turnover increased by 5% year. Aquaculture, fish farming. The global aquaculture industry has seen a major surge in the past decade, and is now responsible for almost half of the world's total fish production. Figures show that in 2022, a total of $259 billion will be generated from global annual turnover in the fish farming sector. This figure is projected to increase even further in the upcoming years, with more countries entering into the aquaculture business. This increase can be attributed to two main factors: improved technology and better access to resources such as feed ingredients, equipment and engineering services. These improvements have enabled farmers around the world to produce their own fish at lower costs than ever before, leading to increased efficiency and higher yields. As a result, many countries are seeing a growth in their aquaculture production, with a resulting increase in global annual turnover. The figures also indicate that the global fish farming sector is becoming increasingly profitable and sustainable, as evidenced by the increasing number of countries investing in the industry. This is further supported by the fact that investments made into fish farming are projected to remain strong through 2022, meaning that more people will be able to enjoy an affordable source of high-quality fish products. In addition to its economic impact, aquaculture also helps to protect wild fish populations from overexploitation and promote healthy ocean ecosystems. This makes it an attractive option for many countries looking for ways to sustainably produce food for their citizens. Agro-allied services, agro financing and insurance. The food processing industry is one of the most lucrative sectors worldwide and has consistently generated impressive turnover and profitability figures over the past few years. According to research, global food processing industry turnover was expected to reach $2.6 trillion in 2021, a jump of 10% from 2020. This figure is projected to reach $3.5 trillion by 2023. The highest ever recorded, driven by rising demand for processed food products due to an increasing global population and changing consumer preferences. In addition, food processing industries are expected to remain highly profitable. Global food processing industry profit margin was estimated at 7% in 2021, higher than that of other industries such as apparel, 4%, chemicals, 5%, and metals and minerals, 6%. This figure has shown an increasing trend and is expected to reach 8.2% in 2023. The food processing industry's positive growth prospects are supported by the rising demand for processed foods and a growing global population that has increased the number of consumers, as well as a shift towards convenience and healthier eating habits. Food producers have responded to this demand by developing new products and technologies, enabling them to remain competitive in the industry while offering desirable products to meet market needs. Overall, food processing industries are forecasted to continue their impressive global performance in terms of both turnover and profitability over the coming years. The increasing demand for processed food along with technological advancements will drive further growth across food processing industries globally in 2023. Agriculture services worldwide are an important part of the global economy. Every year, billions of dollars are spent on crop consulting, pest control, and irrigation systems to help ensure crop yields remain high and healthy. According to estimates for 2022, world agriculture services turnover is projected to reach $1.6 trillion globally. The Asia-Pacific region is expected to dominate agricultural service spending in 2022, accounting for nearly 60% of total global expenditure. China will be the largest contributor with a market share estimated at around 17% of the global total. India and Japan follow closely behind with their respective shares at 13% and 12% respectively. In Europe, agricultural service spending is predicted to reach approximately $260 billion. Agriculture financing and insurance are two important aspects of crop consulting, allowing producers to access the capital they need to invest in projects and mitigate risk. Globally, agricultural finance and insurance have grown significantly since the turn of the century. In 2018, global agriculture financing totaled $33 billion US, while crop insurance premiums stood at $36 billion US. By 2025, estimates suggest these figures could rise as high as $53 billion for agriculture financing and $45 billion for crop insurance premiums. I hope with this information, you've been able to garner some insight into the potentials in agriculture business and supporting service to encourage you in venturing or pursuit of your passion for the agric and agro-allied industry. To continue to get more informative materials, do subscribe now to Virtuzio Business Page's weekly newsletter and our YouTube channel Virtuzio, as we bring you weekly industry insights and global trends.